Hey everybody, welcome back to the Woot House for my Warcry Barb breakdown video. I apologize for the late coming of this. It's been a work in progress. We've been switching a lot of my Gold Find, Magic Find gear towards more damage gear, and you're going to see why here in just a little bit, and I'll break down all my skills, stats, and gear for you. First, we're going to start off with my tree itself. We'll go ahead and we'll go to combat skills. Because I have an Enigma, I do not put a point into Leap, but if you don't have an Enigma and you're still rocking a Wealth or really any of the chess pieces you can use, you can go through Bash. Stun, grab a point to Leap just for mobility. Combat Masteries, you're going to go ahead and put a point into Combat Reflexes, increase speed. Iron Skin, and natural resistances. This is going to give you just a bunch. For 1 point each, it's going to give you a bunch of defensive and utility for your kill speed. It's just going to allow you to survive longer. You need these 4 points. It's going to scale awesome because of your gear. When it comes to the Warcry, you get a little bit of room to work around here. This is the build I went with Max Howl, Max Warcry, and Max Battlecry with Max Battle Command. I used my remaining point dump as find item, but if you were doing more of a group play and you wanted some more damage, you could absolutely
make him do 4 takes.
Oh my gosh, you could absolutely switch over to battle orders and do a little bit more damage in there. When it comes to your stat points and how you're going to spend those, again, I use Enigma, so I use just enough strength to get to the point where I can wear my Enigma, and then my Enigma with the additional 66 strength will carry the rest of your gear. That being said, use something light on strength like a mage plate or something like that. When it comes to how much dexterity you need, it's going to be just enough to use your Alibabas, which is a requirement of 42. You should get a lot of that from your gear as well. And vitality is going to be your max dump after that. You're going to want to maintain max res throughout all of your gear, or else you're going to get absolutely stomped on Trav. There's a lot of different ways to play with it, but just find a way to make sure that you maximize your res throughout the entire time. And then take a look at your break points. Having the faster cast rate at the 3rd or 4th break point is a very nice quality of life improvement. Barbs teleport incredibly quickly once you have Enigma just hitting this point. And you're going to see, high res there, not a lot of physical damage reduction, unfortunately. It just doesn't come with the build. But let's go over the gear now. Our kill phase is going to be carried by 2 Heart of the Oaks. Get a lot of life from this, a lot of all res. Our switch, if you're into horking on switch with Alibabas, we've got 2 faster cast rate Alibabas. Going over to Delirium, we've got a very high defensive Delirium with a great base that gave me a lot of extra Warcry shout potential. Delirium's incredibly cheap to make. I can't really say I would use this over a Cyclopean Roar. I can't really say I would rather use that over this. I'm liking this. I think this is doing good. When it comes to the Ghoul's Mark Amulet, it's a 2 to Warcry, 8 faster cast rate. You could really switch this out with a 3 faster cast rate, just depending on how you're doing it.
Ooh la la. Is my little Pesh Mignon.
Pesh Mignon, whatever that is. I have a feeling I'm going to have to take this video down because of that. All right, when it comes to our actual boots, this is something else you can play with. I'll be switching these out for water walks just because of the different utility it brings, but this was the boots I was using for my MF Gold Find just because of how great the stats are on them. You'd be able to swap those out with a lot of different things. Bull Kathos Wedding Ring in 1 slot. Extra life is nice with all the skill, faster run walk. There's different things you could switch this out for, but this is a strong choice. We could go for a rack sash is going to be what we're going to swap the belt out for because this is absolutely pointless once you get off the Gold Find, Magic Find standard. And then I'm currently rocking a Ravenfrost just for the CBF, kind of important. Without this on the utility, you feel it when you get hit. And then our chance guards, again, we'll swap those out for something with a little bit more mana per kill, probably some safety caster gloves. Small charms, you can pretty much swap out for whatever band-aid you need. I just have Magic Find and Gold Find there because it doesn't matter. You swap out for lifers if you need it, things like that. And then all Warcry with a little bit of lifers on some of these and some Gold Find. What's really important, though, is your Torch and an Eyeless Small Charm. You get a lot of vitality and all res from these 2 things. Even if you're not using a Barb Torch, just the stats of vitality and all res are incredibly important. And then, use a little bit of your streamer privilege and get a friend like Lucky Luciano who will hook you up with an amazing Annihilus for nothing more than a high 5 and a beer. So that's pretty much my gear breakdown, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always available in Discord or just leave me a message here. Love you guys. Woot out, trolls.